Alrighty then, what is going on, everybody? Let's get the cameras fired up. Let's get this show started. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and start bringing that music a little bit down. That's better. Alright guys, welcome back. We are yet again taking another shot at the Contrail Falcon 50. Now, you can see my drone camera is set way out here on purpose. That APU is loud. You want to see? Here we go. Look at this. It's going to be deafening, okay? So, if you haven't used the Falcon 50 inside Flight Simulator, well, it's going to be rather loud, right? So, what I'm going to do is kind of keep the camera over here. I can always reduce the sound that the stream is picking up. So, let me know if it gets too annoying. It is rather loud, piercing, etc. Let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit. Guys, as you can see, I've already got the aircraft pretty much started now. The only thing I have not done is configure the flight through the FMS because I want to show you guys how we do that live. The power on sequence is pretty simple. And I feel like if you guys really want to watch that, go and check out our tutorial that it's available now on the Falcon 50 full flight. Regardless, you're going to be seeing the same stuff here today with the exception of the full power on, but you're going to see the important stuff right now. Forgot to get my booster pump number 2 on. Everything is powered on, so let's go ahead and first off, let's see what the weather's looking like here in Ontario. So that will be on 12425. I'm going to tune the radios real quick, see what ATIS gives us.
Operations underway. Expect brief delays near remote gates. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Okay, uniform's current. Let's see what the top
Ontario
of the report says.
International Airport, information uniform. 1553 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 26 right, 26 left. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 23, dew point 12. Altimeter 29906. Density altitude 2000 feet. Towing operations underway.
Okay.
Expect brief delays near remote gates.
Clearance 132.9er.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold
Just
short
double check.
instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
All right, we've got uniform. All right, guys, so just like I wrote in the title and in the description, the Falcon 50 has been updated by Contrail. We're going to see if it's any better today with this latest flight model patch and updates to overall that they were implemented through Contrail. So let's go ahead and pick up our clearance, and once we configure the jet, we'll get ready to fire up the engines and then get airborne to really see how she feels. Because as you know, and if you've been watching me, I've been kind of struggling to land this sucker, okay? It is tricky. You have to keep your power on to about 10 to 20 feet off the deck. Then you retard the throttles to idle and make sure that one of your wings don't dip or doesn't dip. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our clearance, and then we'll start setting up the FMS, okay? And we are flying in Jetcard, so let me go ahead and make sure that that is set up in the background because it is for our airline, by the way. That Flight Sim Airways, yes, we're still hiring. We're still open for business. We've got about 6 airplanes now in our fleet, maybe 7. And yeah, if you guys want to join, feel free to apply. We'll be more than happy to take you on so you can help us grow inside this beautiful community and take advantage of the environment that Jetcard offers, okay? Here we go. I'm going to pull up my dispatch. Here we go. Hold on a second. This is acting weird. I'm getting all kinds of messages through Jetcard now, so let me restart it. There we go, boarding. Okay, sorry guys, we're good now. Let's pick up our clearance. Ontario clearance, good afternoon. Mako 550 with uniform, requesting IFR Albany. It's gonna be a hefty one. Hey Richard, what's up brother? Welcome back.
Mako Mako 550 cleared to Albany via the Sunshine 5 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 31010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.5. Squawk 2435. Expect runway 26 left.
2435. There we go. Okay. Clear to Albany via the Sunshine 5 departure. Then is file, climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 31010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.5. Squawking 2435 and expecting 26 left for Mako 550.
Mako 550, read back correct.
Sweet, we've got that set up. We've got our clearance. Let's go to ground 1219er. You know what? I'm going to stay on clearance. Probably better instead of listening to all the radio chatter. All right, let's do the fun stuff here. We're seeing our present pause right now. Latin launch right in Ontario. Got the latest info. I've checked my Navigraph. Everything is current. 6 July 2026 GMT time 1618. Enter. Yep, there's the Ontario to Albany, but I want to do this by myself. So let's go to flight plan. We're going to select here. We're going to select Ontario. And we were told to expect 26 left. Okay, let's go to depart now. That's going to be our SID. So Ontario yet again. Runway 26 left. Sunshine 5. And let's see what our route is like. It's just going to be lengthy. There she goes. We're going to Vegas transition. There we go. Vegas. We're going to select all of this. Let's go to the next page. You can see all of our departure waypoints are there. Now, this is just showing runway 26 left. We're going to delete that in just a second. We're not going to return back to 26 left. After Vegas, we're going to join the Jets 146 airway. So we're going to type that in as hashtag or pound. Jets 146. Enter. Oh, it's not going to like that. You know why? Because it's seeing 26 left as the last waypoint. So we're going to delete this one. There we go. Now we've got Vegas and then a subsequent row of asterisks. That means that it is ready for you to input the next waypoint. So let's try that again. There we go. Empty field. Now we can try the Jets 146. There we go. So now it recognizes the Jets 146 airway. So from the Las Vegas VOR, we're going to DVC. There we go. From Las Vegas to DVC. Enter. Now if we scroll right to the next page, you see all of those waypoints that are part of that jet airway. From there, we're going to HBU. HBU, I believe. Yep. Enter. What's going on here? Didn't take that. Interesting. Let's try it one more time, guys. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to just do the sim brief way. I guess it's not recognizing it. Okay, let's try. What's going on now? This is weird. Let's try Mike Charlie Kilo. There we go. So I recognize that one. So we're just going to completely skip HBU, MCK. Then we're going to go join the Jets 44 airway. So we're going to select this one. Jets 44. Enter. And we're going to Lima November Kilo. Lincoln Park. Just kidding. I don't know what that is. Then Oscar Victor Romeo. There we go. So it's recognizing those. Senor or Signer. Slap that in there. Press enter. Then DBQ. And then MKG. Hopping from VOR to VOR. A lot of ground-based flying today. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to hockey. After hockey, we're going to press next. Go to BIMPA. B-M-P-A-H. BIMPA. And then Syracuse? No, that's not Syracuse, is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe. And then to Albany, runway 19er. So now we're going to look for arrival. No, it's not HBU. What the hell? That's weird. There we go. Albany, New York, and we're expecting runway 19er, but we're about 4 hours away, so no stars available. Okay, that's fine. I don't need stars. That's fine. So I guess we'll just do a direct from there. We'll do Albany. And then now we'll select the runway. There we go. Okay, now let's check our VNAV. There we go. We're showing a climb from our present altitude right now. And let me go to data. Our cruise altitude will be flight level 310. So we're going to swap that out. Will it let me do that? There we go. Okay, so that's where we're cruising at. We've got the new data. Let's go back to VNAV. Make sure that that's going to do its thing. I think we're A-okay for now. Flight plan is set. We've got all of our information that we need. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to fire up, guys, because we've got a long journey across the country, and I got to speed things up as per usual. What we're going to do is turn on our standby pump. You can see the yoke moving. We're going to look for that hydraulic pressure to build up. Let's see if we can get our parking brake on. There we go. Okay, so our INS and RS switches are set to nav. We've got our squawk code. We still got to go to ground, which will be on 1219er. We'll do that here in just a second. Okay, we'll leave it there. Again, I'm trying to avoid all of the people on ground frequency talking. So let's go ahead and turn our anti-collision light to red. Make sure everything looks good up here. I'm not going to do the walk around, guys. All right, so we can get things going because it's going to be loud as heck anyways. And I'm just going to go ahead and do everything from the EFB here. So let's go here. We're going to go to Falcon 50. Let's go to ground operations. We're going to close the baggage, move chocks, close the main door. And you can see right there, I love that feature with Contrail. Jetcard is connected. Everything is good to go. We're going to come back to charts. Let's go to Ontario, airport info. We're going to need that. We're going to be briefing our departure momentarily. We're expecting 26 left, so we're going to be departing westbound right here. Should be a simple taxi instruction. Come out in Sierra and hold short of 26 left on Whiskey. All right, everybody ready? Let's get ready to fire up this old dinosaur. Boost pumps are on. Blade air is on. Everything else up top looks a-okay. Ignitions to ground start. Let's go ahead and crank number 2. Watching N2 slowly climbing. Let's give it gas. I'm here drinking some Cuban coffee, by the way. Just got home from the dentist a few minutes ago. About an hour ago. And I decided to celebrate with some Cuban coffee and a Cuban sandwich. So hopefully you guys are also Cuban food or coffee connoisseurs. I love it. All right. Number 2 is alive and well. Number 3 coming on. Monitoring N2. There's 10. There's 12. Let's give it gas. She's alive. ITT coming up as expected. N1 is slowly increasing. We're watching oil pressure. While that one's coming up, number 2 is stable. Oil pressure in the green. Number 3 is oil pressure in the green as well. Temperature should slowly be coming up. ITT stable. N1 around the 30%, exactly what we expected. Number 1. There's about 12% or more. Again, looking at our engine parameters here for number 1. ITT is slowly increasing and like stabilizing. We should see it kind of peak and then come back. There we go. And showing about 30% N1 across all 3 engines. Again, oil pressure in the green, temperatures in the green, and climbing. Fuel, we're pretty much topped off today, boys and girls. Got 15,000 pounds of gas. So we're going to need all the fuel we can get because according to SimBrief, I am out of maximum range for my aircraft. So Falcon 50 is probably going to be either very sad or almost sad at the end of this flight. We're going to find out together. Cycling my HSI modes. Let's go to FMS. There we go. Okay, we've got all 3 engines on, so let's go ahead and set this to norm. We'll kill the APU bleed. Let the EGT come down somewhat. And then we're going to give the stop command to the APU. There we go. While we're down here, let's go get our mock trim on. And we got to configure the aircraft for takeoff. Still the plate. Look at our performance chart here. So we're going to synchronize the weight and the bugs. Look at that, 38.9 thousand pounds. So we're going to be heavy today. V1 at 108, rotating at 118. Takeoff slats have VFR of 133, and we should be clean by 143. Flaps config will be slats plus 20 degrees, power to 99.1 N1. Thereafter, we reduce to climb power at 97.1. Runway condition is dry. We're going to need about 5875 feet available, or we're going to need 5875. Okay, so we should be A-okay there. Now let's go ahead and set flaps to slats plus 20. We're going to verify that our machine gun is in the green. That is the pitch trim. There we go. We're going to pull on the emergency horizon. Let it stabilize. That looks good. Let's call ground. Let them know that we're ready to go as we've got a journey ahead of us. All right. Ontario ground, Mako 550, ready to taxi. Oh, never mind. Never switched. Ontario ground, Mako 550, ready to taxi.
Mako 550, Ontario ground, runway 26 left taxi via Sierra Whiskey.
Sierra Whiskey 226 left for Mako 550. Give it some power. We're going to check the brakes. Hold on, before I do anything else, I bet you I forgot one thing.
Mullet reach 1897, ready to taxi.
Let's see if we got nose wheel steering. If we don't, I forgot my torque link.
Polaris 1897, runway 26 left taxi via Sierra Whiskey.
We're good.
Runway 26 left taxi via Sierra Whiskey, Polaris 1897.
So already, guys, I can tell you the Falcon 50 is driving differently on the ground. However, one thing to remember is that she is definitely heavier than in any other configuration I've flown before. So that could just be the case right now. But it does feel better. I feel like I need more of my rudder input to turn that nose wheel, which I like, right? I don't like twitchy airplanes on the ground. Okay, we're gonna check. We're gonna make a right.
UPS 6749, runway 26 left taxi via Yankee 1, Yankee Whiskey.
Look at that Kalita 777 right there. That looks badass. With the split DHL tail. I like it. Alright, let's keep going down. I'm gonna enable my camera so you guys can see me cycle flight controls and all that fun stuff. Hey, there we go. You guys can see it. Alright, so here we go. Forward on the elevator, aft. Checking aileron. Good ailerons. We're gonna go ahead and deploy speed brakes. Handles moving. Look for the light showing that it's illuminated. Stow them. And some more coffee. What do we have taking off here? That looks interesting. Why is that? You guys seen that, right? Propellers are stopped. Anybody familiar with Bob Hoover? Anybody know or recognize that name in the aviation community? Because he used to do some tricks like that. He would kill both engines on his Commander and do barrel rolls and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome aboard. Captain Gonzo here with that Flight Sim channel. We are in Jetcard, that Flight Sim Airways, our executive charter service. We're going to be departing Ontario, California, heading eastbound to Albany, New York. It is a lengthy flight. We're going to be speeding the heck up out of the sim rate to get there. And there's another thing that we have to monitor, and that is our fuel. I am topped off with fuel. We've got 3 passengers. That's part of our virtual charter service. And they need to go to do some real estate stuff up there in Albany. Now, will we make it? God only knows, and I hope that we've got some good tailwinds to help us save some gas, which is why I've kept my cruise altitude at 31,000, nothing higher, as I don't want to keep burning gas trying to get up there. Let's go outside. Let's take a look. Look at UPS heavy on the roll.
Pushback approved, Southwest 322.
It's a lot of traffic here. Oh, look at that. I think there's a buck on the loose, or a couple of deer. I always forget it. That's about Flight Sim 2024. Yep, we got a family of deer and maybe a buck or 2 in there. Up to no good. Where are they? Yep, there they are. Oh, sweet. I wasn't handed off, was I? Nope.
Echo 550, contact
there we go.
120.6.
Over to tower 120.6 for Mako 550. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. That was weird. Sorry, guys. I couldn't resist my... What do they call it nowadays? Intrusive thoughts, right? That's the words that cool kids are using. My intrusive thoughts have won. And I couldn't help but sing that song. That's... Backstreet Boys? NSYNC? Somebody's gonna yell at me. I can feel it. They're gonna be like, how dare you? By the way, if I'm talking weird again, I was at the dentist before this live stream. I don't know what they did, but I sound different. I sound like a big boy now, so I apologize for my weird voice. And the coffee is really punching in, guys. All right, we're going to do the thing here, do the thingy for the thingy. We're going to go TARA, traffic alert, resolution advisory, make sure altitude reporting mode is on. We're going to go ahead and set that weather radar to standby, even though I don't expect to use it. We're going to set the standby pump to on. We're going to send ignitions to air start. Pitot heat will come on.
49, contact departure.
Contact departure.
Okay, switching to departure, UPS 6749.
And then 125.5 is our departure frequency. Alright guys, I am ready to make a fool out of myself. Let's see how the Falcon 50 flies now after the latest update. And yeah, let's see how this goes. And I never briefed my departure, but we're about to figure it out together. Oh yeah, perfect. So this is going to funnel us in. So take off on a heading of 258 to Dinky, or Dink. We're going to wait till we cross 1460 or above, and then we're going to make that turn inbound to Dink. Then to the Pomona, VOR, Sunshine, Broque, blah, blah, blah. And I think we're going out via Vegas. Maintain at or below 250 knots unless otherwise directed by ATC. Simple enough. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. Ontario Tower. Mako 550 holding short 26 left. Ready to go.
Mako 550, Ontario Tower, runway 26 left, winds 210 at 3. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff, 26 left for Mako 550. Let's go. Landing lights on, wing inspection light on, all. No peeps, no beeps, no squeaks. We're good. Annunciator panel looks clear. We're going to hand fly the sucker for the first few minutes. All right, boys and girls, so hang on tight. Let's put on a good show. Once again, checking flight controls. Yeah, let's do it. All right, 26 left on the pavement. We are A-OK. Let's start rolling. So we're going to slowly introduce power. We're going to do about half forward on the control wheel. And let's go ahead into takeoff thrust. Nice and easy. We're monitoring those engine parameters. Takeoff thrust is set.
64 contact ground on 121.9er.
All right, checked.
Ground for Alaska 1364, good day.
Checked.
Ontario Tower, good morning. Polaris 3631. Established from the ILS, runway 26 left.
Wow, that feels so different. Oh, we did a little touch and go. Wow. Holy smokes, what a difference, guys.
Polaris 1897 holding short of 26 left, ready
Wow.
for departure.
All right, we're going to maintain this
Polaris
runway heading.
1897, winds 210 at 3, runway 26
Let's go ahead and
left,
clean the
clear for
flaps.
takeoff, safe travel.
Wow, dude, I was
left,
not
clear
expecting
for
that.
takeoff, Polaris 1897.
Reduce power just a tad. Taxi light off.
Mako 550, contact departure.
Over to departure for Mako 550. So long. Wow, 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 wow. Departure Mako 550 at 2,200, climbing 4,000. Runway heading. Flaps up. That's good.
550, SoCal departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000. Turn right, heading 265, direct ink when able, then own navigation.
Up 10,000, right 265, direct dink when able, and resume on nav for Mako 550. All right, turning right to 265. Holy smoke, guys, this thing feels amazing.
SoCal approach, big stripe 476, 9,000.
Wow.
Big stripe 476.
What's up, Truck and Dad? Yeah, that definitely was better, except the little touch and go that I had there. But that caught me off guard. I was not expecting that whatsoever. All right, we're crossing Dink. Let's go direct. Let's continue this departure. Going to the Pomona VOR now. I'm just hand flying it for now, boys and girls. Just trying to see how it feels compared to before. We're off track here. Nothing we can't fix. I'm using my MX-20 here as a supplement, and I'm looking at my EHSI as well.
Polaris 1897, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 11,000.
Climb 11,000, Polaris 1897.
All right, we're about 1.5 from Pomona. We're going to be making that right turn. Let's go ahead and start it now in anticipation. Let's get back on that center. Damn, guys, I'm actually very impressed. Good job. Kudos to Contrail. This thing is entirely different. If you guys have watched my previous takeoff rolls with the Falcon 50, I feel like I'm pulling back an aircraft that has like 10 ton on the nose alone. It won't rotate. Today, with almost 39,000 pounds of gross weight, full fuel, and that nose came up on me a lot faster than I thought it was going to happen, which is why I kind of let go off the pressure, and then we got into ground effect and then slowly got back. Climb maintain 12,000 for Mako 550. That's why we came back down and touched down slightly, because I let go of that aft pressure, thinking, oh, I'm gonna need to keep pulling. But then when I saw that nose come up, I'm like, holy smokes, that is awesome. Still hand flying. Look at this. Haven't touched my throttles. We're still climbing. Man, Man, that is awesome. I'm so happy. I've already loved this airplane. Now I really, really love it, man. They did a great job. So that means, I don't want to jinx myself, but that possibly means that we're going to have a better landing experience altogether. All right, let's give it some gas here a little bit because we're getting a little slow. And I will be engaging the autopilot here momentarily. Just hand flying again, guys. Trying to get used to the new flight model of Contrail's Falcon 50. Here we go. So what we're going to do is direct to Brook or Broco, whatever it's called. Enter. We're gonna go nav.
Mako 550, contact
Climb.
Los Angeles Center on 125.275.
125.275 for Mako 550. Okay, we're gonna go Yacht Emperor and autopilot. And let's go to speed, actually. There we go. I'm gonna give it a second just to figure itself out because I did set it at a very, very low airspeed here. So we're gonna increase that indicated airspeed to climb. There we go. I'm gonna give it some full gas. Let's get that auto throttle on. It's gonna manage itself. We're through 10,000. Let's go ahead and turn off landing lights, wing inspection lights on, seat belt sign. You know what? We're gonna keep the seat belt signs on while we're over this mountainous terrain. Let me switch over to Los Angeles on 125.275.
Mako 550, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 for Mako 550. There we go, 20,000 set. Just monitoring the aircraft as she continues to climb. It is tracking.
Southwest 322, 2,000 for 4,000.
There we go.
Southwest 322, SoCal departure, climb and maintain 9,000. Climb 9,000, Southwest 322.
Los Angeles Center, Mako 550 at 12,400, climbing flight level 200, Sunshine 5.
Mako 550, Los Angeles Center. Good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 for Mako 550. 28,000 set. All right, so we're checking. Let's go ahead and turn off our ignition from air start to ground start.
Los Angeles Center, 347.
Everything else can stay the same.
Flight level 240 climbing. Flight level
And again, I'm going to
280.
keep my fasten seatbelt signs on until we're clear of these
347,
mountains.
Los Angeles Center. Good morning.
Everything else is looking good.
347, can you give us a ride report?
Pretty bumpy at flight level 240. Moderate turbulence, 347.
Moderate turbulence. Uh-oh.
Los Angeles Center 327 with you. Climbing flight level 220 for flight level 240.
All right, we're looking good, boys and girls.
327, Roger.
There's Livy at or above 14,000. We're right on the money.
Climbing flight level 320.
And then we're going to begin that turn towards Vegas.
Roger. Good morning, sir.
And then here's what I'm going to do. Based on previous experiences flying the 50, I am going to go ahead and reduce our pitch, increase our airspeed to about 260 or so, and then I'm going to initiate a good climb at that airspeed to see how we get up to 31,000. Because remember, the Falcon 50, it's not as powerful, not as, how do you call it? Yeah, not as power. It doesn't have that same thrust to weight ratio or performance to get up into the flight levels like other aircraft that we're used to, right? Like the Citation 10, hell, even the Phenom, right? But this is a whole different airframe in comparison or in contrast to those airplanes I just mentioned. And so I want to take it nice and easy, climbing up to 31,000 and see how she behaves.
Wingspan 1119, Los Angeles.
Let's go to the back, see how everything looks. Here are the passengers. And I want to say these shades are automatic. Oh. Did I just bump into them? Look at that view. Richard, no, my friend, no. The Citation 10 shall remain my true love for the business jet side of things. The Falcon 50 is for sure up there now, especially the way that it's flying today after the latest update, but it still doesn't give me that feeling like the Citation 10 does. So I'll happily keep flying this thing. I mean, I bought it, right? I want to make sure I get good use out of it, but I want to really get back on the Citation 10, especially whenever Flight Effects finally releases that dreaded update. They told us they were going to be releasing soon during the Flight Sim Expo just 3 weeks ago. So whenever that does come out, I will be all over that airplane like ugly on 8. I guarantee it. But no, I can't replace the Citation 10. And Ontario is right over there, I believe. Let's see. There it is. That is our departure, boys and girls. All right, let's look over.
Flight level 320, report level. Flight level 320, 347.
Nothing but desert. We're probably through transition altitude already. Yep.
And maintain flight level 280, report level.
Out of flight level 260, flight level.
There we go. All right, let's go standard on the altimeters. Or 2. Now we can turn off the seatbelt signs. Now that we're clear of those mountain ranges, we are through 20,100, so we're up in the flight levels. Last cleared altitude was to climb and maintain flight level 280, 28,000. Keep that on auto. Again, I'm not worried about the weather radar as we are going to be just fine. And look at that. We've already got a tailwind of 20 knots, which is exactly what I wanted. I expected it to be the case today for this flight. And it is going to be extremely helpful to get ourselves from this end of the country all the way. Let me pan.
Flight level 200 for flight level 200.
All the way over here to runway 19er at Albany. We've got a long journey ahead of us, boys and girls. But again, like I always like to say, I will not be doing this in real time. I don't have the 5 hours and change to sit here and complete this flight with, ultra realism with sitting through. And even if I had the time, I wouldn't do it, to be quite frank with you guys. So I just want to get to the cruising altitude and then go from there. We're going to stow the EFB. We no longer need it. Don't need the performance chart anymore. Now we can sit back and enjoy the views here as we continue climbing up to 31,000 feet. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we just left Ontario, California, aboard the Contrail Falcon 50 on our way up to Albany, New York. It's going to be fun. Let's see what kind of views we can get while we're up here in the cruise levels. And just sit back and enjoy. By the way, guys, those of you watching right now, somebody let me know in the chat, how is the in-game audio? I know you can hear SayIntentions, but can you hear the aircraft noise, right? Like the engine sound from inside the cabin. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear that bleed air. I feel like I lowered it a little bit too much, but I can always adjust that if necessary. Let's go outside.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, report level. Climb flight level 320, 327.
That is one good looking plane, man. Like they took the Falcon 20 and literally just stretched it out, put another engine on top, made it that T-tail. It just looks so good. Richard, copy that, sir. Thank you very much for confirming. 5x5. That is always good to hear, sir. There we go. Let me take a quick drink. By the way, one piece of advice, guys. If you go to the dentist and you get some type of, treatment or fluoride or something in your mouth, don't drink coffee right away. Not a good mix. Again, learning the hard way here. Not that I didn't know it. I just, I was hungry. I saw a local food truck that had some Cuban coffee, and I said, let's do it. So, just an FYI. Not a good mix. Digging this livery, by the way. One of the included liveries with the Falcon. Looks really good. It's a perfect mix and match of new and kind of classy. The colors, that baby blue, the whatever other color this is. Somebody correct me here. That color, I don't know, it gives me like 80s kind of feelings, vibes, I guess is the word. Look at this thing, man. Not sexier than Citation 10, okay? So nobody get carried away now.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2775 with you. Flight level 190 for flight level 200.
The finest 8836 has just subscribed. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard to that Flight Sim Channels family. And thank you so much for giving me your time of day and for listening to me ramble on here endlessly. So glad you're aboard. Definitely check out our videos that we've got across the platform here on YouTube. We've got tutorials, we've got shorts, which by the way, we do have to kind of work on. We've been lacking on shorts, but we'll be working on that soon. But yeah, check out tutorials. If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll try to get back to you as best as we can. All right, let's see what we got going on. We're still climbing. It's been good climate performance right now. I mean, doing about 1,000 feet a minute. I can't complain with the gross weight we're currently at. 37.9 right now, according to the weight totalizer.
550, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310 for Mako 550. And for those of you that are new, Mako, that is our call sign here with that Flight Sim channel and our airway or executive charter with Jetcard. The reason being is my partner in crime here of the channel. Him and I, we used to be in the old Chair Force, right? Like that's what I like to say. It's the Air Force, guys. We call it the Chair Force because it's hilarious, okay? And it pisses some people off, which is even funnier. But I was in the Air Force, so was my partner in crime in the channel, Captain Flacco. Well, he used to work for a squadron, a fighter squadron, and they're known worldwide as the Makos. So there you go. That's the reason we use the Mako call sign. I've even thought about creating a custom livery for the Falcon, since the Makos were or are F-16s, right? They're known as the Fighting Falcon originally, now known as the Viper. So I thought about getting a livery that looked like the Air Force gray and then putting a Mako sticker on the tail, you know, to really bring out that Mako call sign. But I don't know, kind of tacky, kind of weird, who knows. Okay, let's make some changes here. Do I want to make changes? Because we're still climbing at 225. That's what I told it to do. Let me think about it. That is correct. Okay, I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce this name. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Gitabotis 1603. Finally, a YouTuber with more business jet content than airliners. Yes, we're suckers for general aviation and business flying in general. You're going to see the core content that we produce here is always around some type of GA airplane. Yeah, we've flown the Phoenix, the PMDG. I love the PMDG 737. But our true bread and butter here is really business aviation or just flying a Cessna 172, a Black Square, Bonanza, the Caravan, you name it, we've got it. We love general aviation. And if you're new here to the channel, I am a private pilot in real world right now. I've been flying for about 10 years, currently going through my instrument training. It's been fun. It's been amazing. It makes me realize how dumb I've been inside the simulator, assuming that I knew things. And then now that I'm actually having to do them in real life, albeit in a Cessna, you know, not in a jet or nothing like that, it really humbles you really quick. But general aviation and business aviation is our absolute favorite thing to do here, which is why it is the core content that we produce. Truck and Dad, what up? Oh yeah, man, it is insanely better. If you have a moment or you want to wait till after the stream is done, go and check out that takeoff roll, because I pulled back on the nose, and like I was explaining to our viewers a few moments ago, that wasn't for me, right? No, okay, sorry guys. I could have sworn he said Mako. But anyways, yeah, I started pulling back on the nose, and I didn't expect that nose to rotate that quickly, right? You've seen me struggle taking off in the previous videos, and so when I felt the nose kind of over-rotating, I let go of the yoke a little bit forward, reduced that aft pressure, and then I rotated, took off, and then came back down and touched the runway. So I felt pretty dumb, but I just wasn't expecting it. But I'm happy to see that this is how it is flying now. Thank you so much, 1603. Really appreciate the support and the love you're giving us. And again, stay tuned. If you've got the time, I'm going to try to speed up our sim rate here momentarily so we can get closer to our top of descent and get our approach going into Albany, New York, because we got a long track ahead of us. But seriously, thank you for being here. Really means a lot. And thank you for subscribing yet again. All right, hold on, guys. I got to get some water. Oh, Truck and Dad, you better believe it, man. That's what I'm anxious for. Because now if I really suck after the airplane's been updated, then it's just me. I suck, period. So it's going to be fun. All right, guys, we're about to level off here. We're still doing about, what, 700, 800 feet a minute. Climbing up to flight level 310. I'm so happy I chose that, because we've got a good, decent little tailwind doing 26 knots up the tailpipe. Ground speed showing about 400. Once we level off, we should see a good increase in airspeed up to about 280, indicated 300 maybe. We'll see how it goes, and then we're going to see what kind of cruise performance we can get out of the Falcon 50 now with that tailwind.
Crossing left to right, traffic at flight level 260.
What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at something. There we go. So now we're getting a top of descent estimate on our VNAV page. 1,900 miles or 4 hours, 5 hours from now. Hell no. There we go, guys. We're leveling off. We're going to let the airplane do its thing, speed up to cruise power or cruise airspeed. Auto throttles should be managing everything because we got that tailwind. Oh yeah, Truck and Dad, thank you for mentioning that. Let me actually showcase the application because it's very, very awesome. That came out wrong. Not very, very awesome. I don't know. That sounds wrong, right? Is that correct? Is that grammatically correct? I don't know. Whatever.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 431, requesting to leave your frequency momentarily.
Okay, let me pull up the app.
Southwest 431, go ahead, come back up when you're ready.
All right, there we go. You guys should be able to see that now on your end. So here we go, guys. If you're new or you haven't heard about Jetcard before, this is what Truck and Dad is referring to, and this is what I was talking about earlier. It's a business aviation ecosystem. It's very professional, very realistic, and I'll showcase how. For example, here is our company, Flight Sim Airways, 3-letter identifier TFS, call sign Mako. 7 aircraft, 4 pilots. By the way, Truck and Dad, he is our chief pilot, so he is the boss man. And we've got one base. We're based out of Sanford, the Orlando Sanford Airport, just north of Orlando International. It is a nice little airport there, Class Charlie Airport. Gets busier by the year, and that's where we're based out of. You can see we've got a few airplanes. Got a Lear 35, Citation 10, TBM 960. However, our chief pilot, Truck and Dad, just told me that he wants me to get rid of it, so I will listen and comply with my chief pilot's requests. Got a Falcon 50 that I'm currently flying. You can see it right here.
Smooth ride, good visibility.
Phenom 300, Avanti, right, a P180, and then a PC-12.
Copy the turbulence. We'll advise traffic.
But anyways, let me show you what's cool about this. If you want to be an independent pilot, you don't want to be hired by anybody, you can always go to charters.
Southwest
And there's over 15,000 flights available for you to choose from and select and go and get some virtual money. However, if you really want to feel cool and feel more realistic, you can join a company like ours right now. Again, that Flight Sim Airways. We are currently hiring, so we are more than happy to take you on board if something you're interested in. And we offer a 20% pay, so not bad at all. But yeah, this is what it is. It's very intuitive. You can go and buy airplanes. You can go and lease them if you want to. That's what I've done. You can check stats from other people inside the platform, as well as other operators. Look, this is V1 Exec, right? Vec. This is from V1 Simulations on YouTube. Huge name in the YouTube community. He's a real-life airline pilot, and he's got his own company. And look at that, 3,400 flights completed. That's insane. But this is what's cool about it, man. You can see your current trips. So right now we're on the Ontario to Albany flight, and if I go to dispatch, it gives me all of my pertinent information: what type of airframe I'm on, tail number, the distance and hour that I'm going to be spending up there. See, initially it had me at cruising at flight level 370. Well, I changed that. I didn't want to get up too high. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just have to take your time, spend like another 20 minutes or so, maybe half an hour exploring the app. There is one thing: it is going to ask you to have a license that is $20 US, but that's it. One-time purchase, $20 US. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do any monthly recurring costs. You just pay one time and you get access to this awesome suite that really enhances and brings purpose to your virtual flying. To me, this is miles ahead of what a Sobo could ever offer. That career mode inside Flight Simulator 2024 is absolute garbage if you ask me. But let me be clear, it is strictly my opinion. That does not mean that this is factual. That doesn't mean that I have any real-world experience to say otherwise. I just think it's super tacky. I feel like it has a good appeal to the people on the console side, but on PC, I just don't like it, okay? And this is where Jetcard really stands out to me and just feels professional, looks elegant. It feels like every time I get in the sim, I have a purpose, right? And it even gives you a full briefing. Look, gives you a storyline of who you're taking. Spencer Dixon is flying to Albany for deposition proceedings as CEO of Redstone Equity Partners. He's either sitting across from opposing counsel or putting someone else through it. And either way, blah, 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 blah. So you get a full story of why you're doing this trip. You get contacts for your arrival and departure points. You can even schedule services ahead of time and be like, hey, I'm going to need a lab service or a fuel truck. All that capable and possible through Jetcard for $20 US. Now, I know you're probably thinking out there, you're like, this guy is definitely sponsored and he has to make some type of plug. Nope, we are not sponsored. We are not picked up by anybody like that. In fact, Jetcard probably has no idea who we are in Flight Sim or in YouTube. So trust me, I just like to share the good news. Truck and Dad was the one that got me into it about a month and change ago. And now I like to spread the word so that everybody out there in the community, especially our newcomers, know that there's something out there that feels better. It feels right, in contrast to the default career mode inside Flight Simulator 2024. Now, I'm done talking. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to sip some coffee. You guys enjoy the ride. Let's go ahead and speed this sucker up because I am going to need to get over to the other side of the country rather quickly. Let me pull up the EFB so I can keep track of my times. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Delta 2253, best speed, Mach 0.80.
Slowing to Mach 0.80, Delta 2253.
Southwest 2775, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Oh yeah, man, Truck and Dad, you're awesome, man. Once again, guys, Truck and Dad in the chat, that is our chief pilot. He is ready to accept applications. If I don't get to them, you can go through and apply, and Truck and Dad is allowed to accept new applicants. So come and join us, have fun, make some virtual money. No, I can't really pay you guys, okay? I wish I could, but I don't make real money. so I can't offer real money to you guys out there in the virtual world. But check it out, folks. We're about to overfly Vegas. We're inbound. Remember, that is our transition out of the Sunshine 5 departure. And so we're coming in from the north or from the southwest, about to go over Vegas. So we'll go outside in a few. I think I see Nellis down there, the 2 runways. Here, let's go back to native speed. Let's see how it looks outside. There's Vegas.
Go ahead, come back up when you're ready.
A little bit too far, so it's going to render everything a little blotchy, but yeah. Ooh, perfect question. What do I think about the Lear 35? Truckin' Dad, you want to take that one? Truckin' Dad just flew it recently and just actually did a flight for us. He requested that I lease one out for our virtual airline, and so I obliged. I gave him the Lear 35, and he flew it, and he loved it. Wonder what's going on in Vegas today.
Mako 550, contact Los Angeles Center on 124.625.
124625, Mako 550, bye-bye. 124625, Mako 550, bye-bye. That rhymes. Okay, 625. God, that comm switch is a little tricky. Los Angeles Center, Mako 550, flight level 310.
Mako 550, Los Angeles Center, good morning. Southwest 2775, descend and maintain 14,000, expect lower shortly. Descending 14,000, Southwest 2775.
Let's switch over here really quick. I just want to see how the city looks from above. Where's that airport? Is that Henderson Executive? I think it's called Henderson. I used to have a scenery there, and I love flying in and out of this area. And if you fly in DCS World, then you should be familiar with these mountain ranges. This is where the Nevada Test and Training Center is, or the range is at. Hey, Mario Shaw, great question, brother. It's actually feeling way better now on the Falcon 50. I can't wait to get to our point of top of descent, and then subsequently the approach, because I feel like it's going to feel so much better than it's felt in the past few weeks since it released. But so far, it is doing phenomenally. Right now, of course, I'm letting the autopilot do all the flying, but I can tell right off the bat the ground handling feels much better. It feels authentic to the aircraft, or an aircraft of this size. It doesn't feel as twitchy with the nose wheel. The takeoff roll, right, when I went to rotate the nose, it really caught me off guard how smoothly it rotated. Whereas before, I would showcase this airplane and people were like, hey man, is that plane nose heavy? Because that's exactly what it would feel like. Now it feels very natural. It rotated flawlessly. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it feels on the approach and landing. It's going to be awesome. And like Truckin' Dad is saying about the Lear 35, yeah, that's an old dinosaur. But if you love old school flying like that and you want to be a real aviator, give it a shot. Who makes that one? Fly Somewhere, right? I want to say it's Fly Somewhere. All right, before we speed up the sim rate, let me take a look outside again. There's Nellis. So again, if you're a DCS World Flyer, you should know this area very, very well. I've done too many fake air shows there. I've dropped ordnance, shot rockets, crashed, ejected, crashed again, ejected 14 times again, crashed again. You know, everywhere here in DCS World. All right, anyways. Let's keep speeding it up. Let's find a cool camera angle. Let's say there. Now, I'm trying to keep an eye out on the sim rate here. There we go. Whatever. 1, 2, 3. She's doing good though. We're doing 22 knots up the tailpipe, so that's fine. ITT's okay. N1's in the mid-high 80s. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Not going as fast as I would think, but I think this is a good conservative fuel use or burn rate.
Jet, same direction at flight level 280.
Negative contact, we have him on TCAS 470.
There we go. My business partner, Captain Flacco, was just hitting me up through text message. Just giving me some ideas to do some stuff for later, so let's see how that goes. Yep. Yeah, that 414, that Chancellor is also an amazing add-on. If you guys love general aviation in general, that's kind of redundant. Anyways, if you guys love flying piston airplanes, twins, and all that, and you haven't tried the 414 by Flight Simware, yeah, you're missing out, okay? I know nowadays the big name is Black Square, and I wholeheartedly respect that, and I agree. Black Square are on another level. But to me, one of my first loves inside Flight Simulator 2020 and subsequently 2024 is that Flight Simware Cessna 414. Now notice how I said is, not was. I still can't get enough of that twin 414. I'll fire it up. I'll just do some pattern work sometimes. And when I really, really want to get a challenge, I get my Pimax Crystal Light, put them on, and I take the 414 for a hop. God, I hate how it's, AI ATC is always interrupting me or when I need to do a recording or something. What if I don't want to? Just kidding. Switching over to Los Angeles Center on 128.075 for Mako 550. Bye-bye. I wonder if SayIntentions is keeping track. I know they have a profanity kind of counter. So like if you exceed a certain amount of, you know, F-bombs or something inappropriate, they can eventually just terminate your account or just ban you, I guess, for a little bit. Not sure what their timeline is like, but anyways, let's call Los Angeles Center. Los Angeles Center, Mako 550, flight level 310.
Mako 550, Los Angeles Center, good morning.
Man, that tailwind is dying off. Come on, man. So this is the crappy part, guys, about increasing the sim rate. Notice what's happening, right? We've got that typical oscillation up and down while the autopilot is trying to make small inputs, but the sim is just sped up so much that it's getting ahead of itself. And so if you look at my VNAV window, look what's happening to my estimated time en route. It goes down and it comes back up. Now, obviously, it's going to keep getting lesser and lesser, right, the more distance we cover, but it's kind of funny seeing that change. Now, I wonder how much more gas am I going to burn up by doing this little up and down? I guess we're going to have to find out here in a few.
Mako 550, contact Denver Center on 118.225.
118.225 for Mako 550.
Contact Denver Center.
Denver Center, Mako 550, flight level 310.
Mako 550, Denver Center, good afternoon. Pilot's discretion, flight level 290.
We still got a ways to go, boys and girls.
Flight level 290, 931.
United 430, proceed direct tops.
Proceeding direct tops, United 430.
We've already burned off almost 2,600 pounds of gas. Huh. We're still showing plenty of gas across. I mean, we got almost 4,000 pounds across. That's going to put us about 12,000 pounds. That should be a-okay for now. Hey, Truck and Dad. Actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't affect it at all. It still recognizes your total block time for your scheduled departure and arrival. So it's been perfectly fine. Knock on wood. Until Jetcard updates and they go, no, you're going to do this the real way. So let's see. Hey, Flacco's in the chat. Everybody say what's up to my business partner here in crime. And by crime, I mean, obviously in a humorous way. Yeah, that's the other face of the channel, Captain Flacco. He is watching as he is currently at his full-time job. So, and I'm here acting a fool on the Falcon 50. Oh man, I should have picked a shorter leg. Oh well, I got a trip to make. That's the problem. So, if you are going to try out Jetcard, once you do accept a trip, if you've got multiple legs there, it'll give you a time window of when the trip is expected to be completed.
Contact Denver Center on 127.075.
You know what? I think I'm going to enable my co-pilot. That's really pissing me off. Over to Denver, 127.075, Mako 550. I would have to make some changes on my settings. No, I'll be a grown-up. I'll do it. 127.075. Denver, Mako 550, 31,000. I'm gonna get sassy with them. I'm gonna get super sassy.
Mako 550, Denver Center, good afternoon.
Oh, you want to talk fast? Okay. So what I was saying is, if you accept a trip, let's say you get like a 3-leg or 4-leg trip, once you accept it inside the application of Jetcard, you are expected to complete that trip from, you know, first leg all the way to your 4th, 5th leg, whatever it is. If you abandon that trip, I believe it does kind of hit you a little bit on your reputation, which is one of the components that really contributes to your profile in the app. I don't know of that for a fact, however. I'm just thinking, and I'm guessing at this point that it does affect you negatively. And you're also walking away from potential money, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I've already accepted this 2-leg trip from Vancouver in Canada, coming down all the way down here to Ontario, California, and now heading across the country to the Northeast, to Albany, New York. So yes, I could have chosen a different airplane, a different route, but A, I wanted to try the Falcon 50 after its latest update, and B, I wanted to stick to the trip that I had already accepted for our company so that I can actually try to generate as much money as I can. Because here's another thing, guys, about the Jetcard app. You have to make payments, right? If you take a loan out, if you take a lease on an airplane, guess what? You have payments you have to keep up with. And unfortunately, you can't just not open the app and ignore it. It's going to continue happening in the background. And so the last thing you want to do is come back after a couple of weeks and figure out that, oh crap, I have to go bankrupt because I've defaulted on all my loans. So yes, that could be a bit of a turnoff to some people that are not looking for that extreme level of realism, but here is your alternative. You don't have to start a company. Just come fly with us. Let me and Captain Flacco deal with the headaches of the financial stuff, and our chief pilot, Truck and Dad, he's going to be handling some of that as well. You just fly whenever you want to. So come join us, guys. It's fun. Yep, there we go. So Truck and Dad, again, being the chief pilot that he is, coming in and correcting me and stating it correctly. Like he said, guys, the trip can be reassigned, but if you outright abandon it, that's where your reputation takes a hit. So thank you, good sir. All right, let's see if we can get the radar on. I'm starting to see some clouds in the distance. Oh, hold up. I'm a dummy. There we go. 25. Let's go to 50 miles out. We're going to put a slight tilt. I think I did. Nah. Nah, it's just scatter clouds. I shouldn't even be worried.
Echo 550, contact Denver Center on 126.875.
126.875, Mako 550, bye-bye. Wow, that actually landed on 875. Denver Center, Mako 550, flight level 310.
Mako 550, Denver Center, good afternoon.
Same guy, huh? Same guy. He just wanted me on a different channel or a different freak.
470, descend and maintain flight level 310.
Descending flight level 310, 470.
Taking a look at my overhead panel, making sure I'm not forgetting something, but I mean, at this point, if I had forgotten something, I think I've been a little bit too late. Look at this view, man. I love the lighting here in the cockpit. Look at the detail on the glare shield. Looks awesome, awesome. Look at the reflection. You know what's funny? Sometimes when I'm trying to record a like cinematic intro or just take some B-roll shots for a full form video, you guys will not believe the amount of times that Captain Flacco and I will literally press record through like OBS or the NVIDIA app and then go back and say, no, I want to do that again, but for like 30 other times just to get the perfect take. And sometimes I'm literally like adjusting the camera, moving it up, down, forward, aft, just to get the perfect panning sequence, especially on the outside. You guys will not believe the amount of work and hours that go behind just to get one perfect take. It is ridiculous, but I love it. I think there's something very enjoyable about paying attention to details like that, and it really makes the sim look that much better and more appealing to the crowds. And that's what we want, man. We want to really draw people in. And by drawing people in, it's by showing you that I'm a complete doofus, because look at this right here. Truck and Dad, you're going to fire me, dude. I never turn on my EBAT on or my galley power, so my poor passengers never got their coffee warmed up. They don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have anything back there. They're literally just bored out of their minds. So, Truckin', as my chief pilot, I apologize, sir. I think we're going to lose this client. I apologize. But anyways, guys, like I was rambling about,
Delta 481.
I love the attention to detail, and especially when you have an airplane that is nicely modeled, great textures on it. I like to capture it all in detail so that I can get some good video for you guys to enjoy. All right, I know there was something I wanted to do, man. I forgot. That's kind of dangerous. Truckin', are you asking me or are you asking Flacco? Because, yeah, chase plane, I've had it for a while now, but I just couldn't get used to the new key commands and shortcuts. I'm so used to the default Microsoft, Flight Simulator key commands that's why I haven't officially been using it. And yeah, no coffee. What kind of service is this? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I suck, dude. You guys can go on Google ads or whatever. Not Google ads. Google and drop a review. Tell everybody that Captain Gonzo forgot to turn off galley power. What a loser. Yeah, so there is a cool feature. And this one goes out to all of you guys there watching. So Chase Plane, if you're not familiar, it's a third-party app that really enhances the camera system inside Flight Simulator so that you don't have to go through the default key commands like I was talking about, right? For me personally, it's more of a comfort of knowing that I already know how to operate the default camera. But for many people, they just don't like it. And Chase Plane is the answer. However, here's the drawback to that. You have a whole new system that you have to learn, but you get to assign custom key commands and quick keys to snap views, right? So let's say you're about to do a takeoff and you want to cycle really quick between a wing view and an exterior shot from the airplane. You can just set buttons on your HOTAS, your yoke, or your keyboard, and all you do is press them.
Contact Denver Center on 132.7.
You guys see what I mean? Every time I'm talking, these freaking people want to interrupt me. Denver Center 132.7 for Mako 550. I'm gonna lose it, guys. I'm gonna lose it. We'll check in, and then we'll keep yapping. Denver, Mako 310. I kept it short.
Mako 550, Denver Center. Good afternoon.
I wish I could do that in real world. Just literally give them like abbreviated calls for everything, man. But yeah, so with Chase Plane, it even has one called cinematic mode where it'll just have a panning shot of the airplane, whether you're taxiing, taking off, cruising, landing, and it looks awesome. And then every time you press it, it resets to a different camera, so you automatically get a cinematic panning view of your airplane without having to do the work. All you're doing is clicking cinematic, 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 and then every time it just goes through a different perspective, and it is phenomenal. But for me, I'm a stubborn individual. Again, I like my comforts. I like the stuff that I'm already familiar with, and that's why I choose to stick with the default key commands. Because I can show you right now, if I want to do a quick panning shot, let me slow the sim rate first because I don't want it to crash. We're back to native right there, 1 times.
Alaska 227,
So look at this.
flight level 320.
This is the drone footage from
Alaska
Flight Sim 2024.
Center, good afternoon.
I'm doing this with my keyboard, and I'm using my head to pan
Mako
with the
550,
airplane.
Contact Minneapolis Center on 119.525.
119.525 for Mako 550. Bye-bye. We'll talk to them in a minute. I don't care about that right now. But yeah, look at this. I can do this. Now I can go to preset views. Here's the leading edge.
SkyWest 5266.
Here is the
Contact Minneapolis
aft
Center on
baggage, which is severely
135.1.
glitched because it's inside the airplane.
On to 135.1, SkyWest 5266.
There we go. We're looking aft. We're inside the cabin now. And so for me, it's very easy. And if for whatever reason I mess something up in the camera, I press the 5 on my numpad, and it resets it to default. And then I can use the F5 key to slow it down. And then watch this. Look, I can get a blur, give it that depth of field view. Let me see if I can do it. It's too far right now. Look at this. There's the blur. Look at the background.
Minneapolis Center, Alaska 227. Can we go off frequency briefly? Company needs us.
What's with all these planes calling to go off frequency?
Alaska 227 approved. Let us know when you're back.
But yeah, you see, I'm so used to this, and I love it because for B-roll, it looks good, especially when there's some good weather in the background. You can really make some of these scenes look great. But yeah, that's just my take. All right, let's speed it up again. 1, 2. Back to 8 times. What was it? 119 or 525?
532, flight level 350.
Delta 532, Minneapolis Center. Good afternoon.
How are we hearing Minneapolis Center? We haven't even tuned them yet. There we go. That took forever. Minneapolis Center, Mako 550, flight level 310.
Micro 550, Minneapolis Center. Good afternoon.
All right, how are the winds now? Now we've got a quartering headwind, 15 knots. That's not great, not terrible. Trucking, I'm going to come to you with this one, Chief. What do you think? A step climb is in order? We've already been airborne for 3 hours in the sim. What do you think? Is it worth it at this point, or should I just stick here? I can look at my winds forecast and see what kind of winds are above me, because if we can get some favoring winds, that would be great. Yeah, you saw that truck in that, right? All of a sudden, a lot of people are coming on and saying that they need to go off the air to go talk to their company, and it's like, okay. What is that? CV on what airport is that? I think that's I forget what that airport is. Oh well. We're still 100 miles away from our next waypoint, Senor. Gramps, what up? Man, I love it when I have Truck and Dad and Gramps Aviation in the chat. I know I've got people that are A, gonna call me an idiot for making mistakes, or B, they're gonna help me out to make sure I don't get to that point of being an idiot. But either way, I'm still an idiot. So, you guys lose, I win. Just kidding. What up, Gramps? How you doing, brother? Have you tried out the Falcon 50 ever since the update? Because I am checking it out right now, and it feels phenomenal. All right, Truck and Dad, I like the way you're thinking, brother. Let's do it. We're going to slow her down.
Mako 550, contact Minneapolis Center on 123.975.
123.975 for Mako 550. Later. Minneapolis. Mako, 31,000.
Mako 550, Minneapolis Center, good afternoon.
Hey, BG Edits 2014, what's up? You're my favorite YouTuber? Oh, man, thank you. You're too kind, man. Glad to hear that, man, seriously, but we're just having a good time. Thank you for being here. Copy that, Gramps. Glad to hear it, brother. BG, what's your favorite jet? My favorite jet is the Citation 10 by Flight Effects, but in real life, it's still my favorite airplane. The Cessna Citation Model 750, otherwise known as the Citation X or 10, however you want to call it. All right, boys and girls, let's get climbing. I'm going to set 35,000 on the altitude panel here.
577, continue descent flight level 270.
I'm going to wait for Minneapolis to clear up and ask him to step climb.
Flight level 270, 577.
Minneapolis Center, Mako 550. We like to step climb up to flight level 350. ATC's like, nah, dog.
Southwest 2131, descend and maintain flight level 320, expect lower shortly. Mako 550, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350 for Mako 550. All right, so check it out. First thing we're going to do, we're going to come back to the VNAV page. We're going to go into data, enter. Let's go to highlight cruise altitude. We're going to set it to 35,000. Go back to VNAV. Now we have another topic climb. Let's go ahead and accelerate.
Southwest 2131, speed Mach 0.78.
Slowing to Mach 0.78, Southwest 2131.
By the way, supposedly this has a new auto throttle feature. So let's see if it still does the same thing. Yep, so right now I'm messing with this. That wasn't the right way to do it. I'm just messing with the airplane. So what I did was I cycled the throttle levers physically to see if it would disconnect the auto throttle, and it did. So that's still the same way. Look at N1. We're at 101.5 across the board. So you know what? Let's go into vertical speed mode. That is too aggressive.
United 2347, climb and maintain flight level 360, report level.
I'm going to reduce our climb rate.
Climbing to flight level 360, United 2347.
I'm going to leave it there at 150 just for now.
Descend and maintain flight level 210.
Down to flight level 210, 577.
Oh man, BG, you're making me laugh, bro.
descend and maintain
That's
flight
hilarious.
level
He said your
310.
content is little. It's like, hey man, I've heard that before. All right, I don't need to hear it anymore. You're all good, man. Yep, I'm sitting there. Look at my ITTs, brother. I'm at 870s right now, so. And no, BG, I don't do career mode at all, man. I don't like it. It's just not my style. I'd rather do Jetcard.
Minneapolis Center, Delta 2247 with you, flight level 360.
Yeah, we're burning some gas here.
Delta
Let's see.
2247 Minneapolis Center, good afternoon. Mach 550, I need you at flight level 350, sir.
Yeah, we're climbing. This is the best we got for Mako 550. She's over here yelling at me. Granted, I was leveled off at 31.7 there, so I get it. I get it. That's my fault. My bad. My bad, girl.
Direct Alexi, appreciate it, Delta 532.
We're still doing
Mach
750.
550, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Damn, this girl doesn't want to let me go. Climb and maintain flight level 350. Yeah, trucking that. That's what I'm doing right now. I set it to 750. It seems like she's doing just fine at this climb rate and this power, but of course we're burning a little bit of gas here that we did not intend to burn in the first place. I'm gonna have to be careful with this.
Leaving for flight level 300, United 2347.
I'm gonna bring back power just a tad. Okay, let's stay above that 860 ITT range. Yeah, we're still doing just fine. 750, not the fastest, not the slowest though.
Tokyo 8276.
Hey BG, thanks for the love. Your style fits anything. You're the best aviation person out there. Really appreciate it, man. Trust me, we don't consider ourselves, or I don't consider myself to be the best. I just like to be real, have fun, and talk to you guys on the chat. Really makes my day. So thank you for your love and support. Seriously, means a lot.
580, Roger. Good afternoon.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get frisky here. This thing wants to climb.
United 2347, continue descent flight level 240.
There we go. So ATC doesn't get mad at me. I'm expediting.
40, United 2347.
Delta 2687, continue descent flight level 270.
Descending flight level 270, Delta 2687.
Contact Chicago Center on 125.5.
Come on, baby. Come on. You got this. You got this. Come on. Come on. 1,000 to go. 1,000 to go.
470.
Yeah, Gramps. That's what I did initially. I changed my flight plan from 370 to just cruise at 31,000. I mean, from California to New York, we were topped off with 15,000 and something pounds of gas. Gross weight was close to 39,000, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not even going to try to go beyond 31,000. But now that I've burned up some gas, I mean, we burned 5,000 pounds. I figured let's try to do a little step climb up and see if we get some better conditions up there for cruising. And it seems a little bit better. Obviously, we're going to be able to reduce thrust a bit, and hopefully the winds don't stab us in the back. Here we go. Gonna capture that altitude at 35,000. So that now,
Contact Chicago Center on 125.575.
once we level off here, I'm going to re-engage the auto throttle.
Good afternoon, 276.
Yeah, I did it too, man. I sent it to 45,000 the other day, and it took me like an hour just to get up there. I was like, why did I do this? I'm a joke. All right, auto throttle, it's armed. You can see now power should start reducing a little bit. We'll be chilling. You know what? No, I don't want to be in pitch. Hold on. Stay in altitude capture there. Yeah, auto throttles are doing the thing. There we go.
2347, bridge 5x5.
Hey, that's a great point. The windshield reminds you of the Concorde. Yep. I can see it, man. I never even thought of that. That's pretty funny. For those of you...
Contact Chicago Center on 125.575.
125575 for Mako 550. There we go. Chicago Center, Mako 550, flight level 310. All right, let's speed it up.
Delta 2825, continue climb flight level 320.
Really?
550 Chicago Center, good afternoon.
Okay, there we go. Gramps, am I getting that F-14BU? You better believe it, man. For whatever reason, lately I've been flying the F-14 again in DCS. Not to like the full extent of how I should be flying it, just having fun in it. And then I started seeing the videos for the BU, and I was like, yeah, I need that in my life. I need it. I can't wait to see it, man.
2825, go ahead, come back up when you're ready.
There we go, another airline flight telling them they gotta go off frequency.
JetBlue 487, continue climb flight level 360.
Out of flight level 340 for
So again, guys, fun fact, if you go to the dentist, don't drink coffee right after. I've got cotton mouth right now. I feel like I'm drinking water and my mouth is dry as heck. Plus I'm talking a lot, so that's not really helping, is it?
Leaving for flight level 240, Delta 2825.
Gramps, I feel you on that, bro. Yep. They have a way of convincing you to just get the next best thing in, honestly. Anything that comes from Heapler is an automatic win, so. Yep, that's correct, sir. Too many airplanes, too little time. I know. And yeah, trucking that, it's weirdly too common now that it's happening. It seems like every frequency we're being handed off to, somebody's saying that they gotta hop off and then go do something else for a few minutes.
Mako 550, contact Chicago Center on 125.225.
125.225 for Mako 550. I think that was 125.225. Yep. I feel like all I've done here is talk and talk, but yes, I know I'm speeding up the sim rate. So Chicago, Mako 31,000. Oh, contrails.
Chicago Center, good afternoon.
We're going too fast. All right, so according to the Datron clock here, it's been 3 hours and 47 minutes.
Flight level 310.
And we are, where are we? An hour and 13 away from our top of descent. All right, let's see what happens, trucking down. Hopefully I don't get any weird stuff happening. Oh, there we go. Got a good little tailwind, 13 knots up the tailpipe. Don't mind if I do. Here, let's turn off the seatbelt signs for a little bit. Yeah, that's practically what I'm experiencing now, man. Just literally every airline flight's just like, hey, yeah, we're gonna not talk to you for a little bit. Yeah, that's a good point right there, Gramps. He's saying I have it down to 2 planes in flight sim mostly, Falcon and the Phenom. I will use the Citation 10 on long legs if I need to run errands or do stuff out of here to make the builds in Jetcard. Yeah, you know, I almost did this flight on the Citation 10 without telling Jetcard, obviously, because Jetcard is none the wiser. I won't know what plane you're using, but I thought about doing that for that reason, because I know the Citation 10 would do it faster, higher, and it would do it perfectly fine. So, but I wanted to also see the new update on the Falcon, so here we are, and I'm excited. Let's see how we're looking on gas. Yep, about 2,500 pounds across all three main tanks. We're A-okay.
Chicago Center on 126.125.
126.125, Mako 550. Come on, baby. Chicago, Mako, flight level 310.
Mako 550, Chicago Center, good evening.
Come on, come on, come on.
Chicago Center 297 out of flight level 340 for flight level 360. 297, Chicago Center, good evening.
Hey, Botus 1603, I've got to go, man. I'm glad I found your channel. See you in the next live streams, hopefully with more business jets. Have a great landing. Thank you very much, brother. Again, thank you for being here. Hopefully, you definitely keep watching our content. So glad you found us and glad we found you. Thank you for being here, man. Seriously, it means a lot. Gramps, you're not alone, man. I just made a, what was it, like $130,000 payment on the lease or on the loan. Oh yeah, that hurt.
Delta 532, contact Cleveland Center on 133.525. Good evening.
Over to Cleveland Center on 133.525, Delta 532.
Nice. Well, there you go, folks. Gramps, if you don't mind the plug-in, I'll shout you out right now, man. If you guys are looking to fly with somebody, you don't have to come fly with us. You can go and look up Gramps Aviation. Gramps, if you want to put it out there, feel free to drop it in the chat. Over to Cleveland, 126.525, Mako 550. Whoa, that was a lag. Cleveland Center, Mako 550, flight level 350.
Mako 550, Cleveland Center, good evening.
All right, what are we showing? 33 minutes and change. There we go. We're getting closer to our top of the descent. Looking good on gas. There we go. Look at that wind now, guys. 46 knots. And we're doing 510 across the ground. Now we're talking. Damn.
Proceed direct Bernie.
Hey, you're not alone, Gramps. Nothing wrong with that, bro.
Bernie, appreciate it. 533.
All right, copy that, Gramps. We'll keep it on the low. Yeah, DCS is definitely going to be taking up a lot of our time coming up soon once that F-14 drops. I got to get back into it, man. I miss doing the full campaigns on the F-16 in VR, literally feeling like I just came back from a combat sortie.
Contact Toronto Center on 134.375.
134.375, Mako 550, bye. Toronto, Mako 550, flight level 350.
Mako 550, Toronto Center identified. Good evening.
Ooh, look at that weather radar, boys and girls. We're about to get some interesting weather. 170 miles from our top at descent. We'll keep it speeding up. Hey, Truckin' Dad. I don't know, man. I'm open to any suggestion, really. Whatever you think could work best for the our fleet. Graham's saying one of my flying buddies will be back active in August. We used to fly a ton together. Nice. Yeah, I never flew with anybody really on DCS, but I do have some people now that I'm part of a Discord server with, and I might as well start trying to fly with them.
740, flight level 320. 740, good evening.
Look at that weather.
Toronto Center, 740, request frequency change, company operations.
There you go. Now they say it differently. Company operations. We're almost there, guys. Almost there, guys. Well, almost there toward top of descent. And we're going to have some fun descending into the soup here. Okay, let's get ready. By the way, I'm keeping an eye out right here on my VNAV window, watching my estimated time to get there. Look at that speed. I think I saw 520 knots across the ground. Yeah, like Truckin' Dad is saying, guys, if you guys were to fly with our airline, right, that Flight Sim Airways, what is the one airplane that you absolutely would love to see be part of our fleet if we don't already have it? All right, let's slow down the sim rate while you guys answer that question. I'm going to call center and let them know that we're approaching our top of descent. Toronto Center, Mako 550, V advised. We're approaching our top of descent. We would like to descend at our discretion to Albany.
Cleveland Center, 457 with you, flight level 300.
Mako 550 whenever you'd like. Descend and maintain flight level 250.
Descend and maintain flight level 250 at our discretion for Mako 550.
Mako 550, maintain flight level 25304 for now. Expect further descent shortly.
What the hell? I don't know what he said. I'm going to ignore that.
Mako 550, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Descend and maintain flight level 250 for Mako 550. Oh,
Mako
man.
550, contact Boston Center on 120.35.
12035, Mako 550, bye. 035. I should have enabled the autopilot, or not the autopilot, the virtual co-pilot. Boston Center, Mako 550, flight level 350. VNAV is armed, 25,000 set. Let's change our pressurization panel and get ready for it.
19, climb and maintain flight level 360, report level.
Mako 550,
climb and maintain flight level 350.
No, unable. We're about to hit our top of descent for Mako 550. Get your head right. You telling me to climb to flight level 350 when I'm leveled off? Who you think you is, punk? Albany, let's see what we can expect there. What do we have for approaches? Well, first we got to pick up ATIS.
550 descend and maintain 15603.
15603. Unable. Yeah, ATC is really making me want to start cussing aloud here. Hey, Richardson Auto Service, what kind of controller are you using? Like, are you using peripherals? Oh, yeah. I will show you here in just a minute. There's the top of the descent, boys and girls. Here we go.
573, continue descent, flight level 310.
I'm gonna reduce power manually now because this thing is gonna go into a dive.
350 for flight level 310, 573.
You see that right there, Richard or Richardson?
2627, climb and maintain.
Moza MFY yoke, Moza AY210 force feedback base, and right over here, I've got my Honeycomb Bravo with the 3 airliner style throttle levers for the Falcon 50, as well as the gear and the autopilot stuff right here. I'll re-enable it here in just a bit once we get set up for our approach.
Flight level 310.
206, roger, good evening.
Okay, let's see if we can pick up ATIS at
206, climb flight level 320.
Albany.
Climbing flight level 320.
120.45.
Southwest 892, descend flight level 300 at your discretion.
Leaving flight level 340 for flight level 300, Southwest 892.
Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have
Mako
information
550,
Victor.
descend and maintain 15,000 feet.
Albany
Altimeter
International
3015.
Airport. Information Victor.
Descend and maintain 15,000, altimeter 3015 for Mako 550.
1651 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 1. Wind calm. Visibility 10. View at 2100. Broken at 3100. Overcast at 3600. Temperature 22. Dew point 17. Altimeter 3015. Density altitude 900 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight
Leaving
following
flight
is
level 310 for
All right, we got Victor 3015.
Southwest 892.
Seatbelt signs are on. We're gonna see what the weather's like down yonder.
573, continue climb, flight level 360.
Out of flight level
And it looks like runway 1 is in use. Hey, look at that. We got a precision approach.
Delta 321, traffic 11 o'clock and 15 miles, crossing right to left, a turboprop, flight level 350.
Let's set it up on the FMS.
Contact we have 1 Delta 321.
Let's go to for plan, approach. Why does it keep pulling that? I don't know, man. That's annoying. Albany, runway 1, ILS, sure.
573, contact New York Center on 132.175. So long.
And now our nav radio should be 109.5. There it is.
175.573.
Final approach course of 11 degrees. Final approach fix 1900. Fleet. Decision's going to be 484, so 200. We'll set that. There's 200 set. Pop that out.
Flight level 400.
Climbing to flight level 400, Delta 321.
Boston Center, Mako 550. We're on the descent into Albany. We've got Victor. We just want to confirm runway 1 is in use. Nothing. Whoa.
Mako 550, runway 1 is in use. Expect the ILS runway 1 approach.
We'll expect the ILS runway 1 for Mako 550. What happened here? Why are we climbing? Ah, that's annoying.
Delta 2816, Boston Center, roger.
I think I know what happened. When I changed
Jazz 468, climb
my
flight
arrival
level
on the
280.
FMS, it screwed up the VNAV path. That's my fault.
280, Jazz 468.
Let's start bringing her down. Let's be aggressive. I want to get down. I'm down to clown, boys and girls. Let's go.
619, frequency change approved. Report back on.
Did I read back what he said? All right, we'll expect the runway or the ILS runway 1 approach into Albany for Mako 550. Thank you.
Alaska 1319.
Yeah, there you go, Richardson. Don't be afraid, my man. Everybody starts off one way or another. Trust me. Me and Captain Flacco, he is in the chat right now. We started flight simming back in the late 90s, and we couldn't really afford much, you know, back in the day. And it wasn't until recently that we really started buying some, you know, good peripherals. And now we get some good stuff that we can test out and use for the channel because of our affiliations with different companies. So it's been great, man. So don't feel left out.
Flight level 300 for flight level 250306.
Oh, we're hauling, boys and girls. We're 68 miles from runway 19. I have to verify our approach is set correctly. Yeah, I think everything's in there. What did I use as my initial approach fix? Siru, right? Or Mujik? We're gonna find out very soon. That's when my VNAV got screwed up. There's something weird happening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a direct to Sejuk. Or Siru, sorry. We're gonna do that for now, just to kind of clean up that route.
Mako 550, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Instead of maintain 5,000 feet for Mako 550, we like direct Siru, please. I'm doing it anyways. I do my own thing. I don't care.
Leaving flight level 300 for flight level 310306.
Mako 550, maintain 5,000, clear direct serial.
Yes. Cereal? Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, you don't even know your own airspace. Maintain 5,000, clear direct serial for Mako 550. All right, so we've got information. What's our approach? It's going to be 132.825.
Descend and maintain 5,000, clear direct serial.
Descend and maintain 5,000, clear direct serial for Mako 550. (132.825) should be Albany approach.
132.175, air transport 3357.
Minimum safe altitude around the Albany VOR.
Maintain 5,000, clear direct serial.
Dude, are you freaking kidding me? Hold up.
Turn right heading 130, vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Turning right heading 130, vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach for Mako 550. I'm lost in the sauce for a second. What am I doing? There we go. No. What am I looking for?
Mako 550, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Mako 550. Hold on, hold on. I'm getting a little bit... I lost my sauce here. Let's go to heading mode. Something is weird. Why did my altitude go down to 0? I don't know what's going on.
Contact Albany approach on 118.05.
Oh, cool, bro. Way to change the frequency on me. 118.05 for Mako 550. I'm gonna cry, guys. I'm gonna cry. Looking at my published a procedure here, and he's like, nah, bro. I'm gonna make you work. Albany approach, Mako 550. 17.5, descending 3,000 with Victor.
Mako 550, Albany approach. Good evening, Albany, altimeter 3015. Expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Albany.
3015, expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Albany for Mako 550. Whoops. There we go. 3015. 3015. Altimeter, say it. Let's get our wing inspection light on, boys and girls. Oh, ATC's kind of pissing me off today, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Flacco, get your ass in there, boy. We need you pronto. We need to make some money, man. I can't go bankrupt, man. I can't sell the house. Just kidding, guys. It's just a virtual. It's a game. All right. Nobody's life is at risk here or financial well-being. At least I hope not. I didn't really read through the end user agreement for Jetcard. If it says in there that my real life assets are collateral, then don't let the wife see this video, please. Please, guys. All right, how we looking, boys? Let's see. We're at 14.8. Yeah, we got to keep descending, man. I got to get down there. Let's go. We're at 39 miles from our initial approach fix. You guys want to see this? Let's show you a trick. Let's get the boards out. Air brakes deployed as indicated.
Left, heading 130.
We're already on heading 130. Genius. Actually, fun fact, I actually had this happen about 2 months ago. I was flying over Orlando International. I got cleared into the Bravo, and approach control. It's like, hey, I need you on heading 265. And I look at my HSI, and I'm like, ma'am, we're on heading 265. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, continue on the heading. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, truck and dad, don't worry, bro. I got you. I'm gonna try to make you some money in the virtual world. $33 miles to go, guys, to our initial approach fix. We're looking a-okay. We're still descending at 11,000, but look at that, with boards halfway out, speed brakes, we're at 200 knots indicated. We're descending at 3,000 feet a minute. We're looking good. Let's get landing lights on. You know what? No, not yet. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm not going to get my ignition. Weather's looking iffy. I'm going to reduce the range. Not there, dummy. There we go. So yeah, it looks like we got some precipitation dead ahead. Nothing too serious. Plenty of gas, guys. Looking good. Oh yeah, what's my touchdown zone elevation? 284 feet. I gotta set my LFE, landing field elevation, so we're gonna just drop it down. About yay. Yeah. I hope you boys and girls brought your ladles, because we're about to be in the soup. All right, let's retract the boards. All right, come on. Talk to me, Goose. All right, since we're on heading, we're going to switch over now to nav. Nope, not ADF. There we go, nav 1. Localizer identifier, India Delta Echo Juliet. India Delta Echo Juliet, 21 miles. We've got the final approach course, 011 degrees. Checked. Frequency is correct. Otherwise, we would not be seeing the localizer. Or we would be seeing another localizer. What's my true air, or, oh yeah, 21 degrees Celsius. I'm not worried right now about icing. We're at 5,300. I'm going to reduce the descent rate here. Woo. Canadian Captain Mustache. Dude, what a gnarly, awesome username. It feels better. And I'm about to take over the controls manually in just a second here as we establish ourselves on our final approach course. So you know what? I'll give you that verdict in just a bit. But it's definitely still an amazing airplane to fly. She feels great, handles great, and I'm about to find out if I can land her any better. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we get vectors here. What's tower frequency? 119.5. I'm gonna be ready for that. There we go, leveling off at 3,000 feet. What? Are you serious? Holy smokes. Truck and Dad, tell me you read that from Captain Mustache there. You were the one that revised the flight model. Oh boy. Well, sir, ma'am, I'm gonna say sir for now, assuming. Sorry, I apologize beforehand. Thank you. Thank you. We're about to see how I can land this thing.
Mako 550, speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots for Mako 550. Holy smokes, man, thank you so much. What an honor it is to have you here then, man. Well, good sir, good ma'am. Again, I'm gonna go with sir, mustache, but again, I don't want to judge. I know that's, you know, that can be either or today. So thank you seriously for making an already great product even better. I'm assuming, given your input, and you have been the person redefining it, that you have some real world experience. So I hope you enjoy the show here as we bring her in on this ILS into Albany, New York. And feel free to let me know if I screw anything up. Let's pick up the speed. We're going to hold 200 knots as instructed by ATC. I could deploy slats, but I'm not going to throw them in just yet. There we go, looking better on the speed. All right, let's go ahead and get our ignition to air start before I forget. Everything else looking A-okay. We're going to arm nav for our localizer captured. And you know what? Let's go ahead and arm approach mode for localizer and glide slope. We're still on heading mode though. Remember that until we get vectors to intercept that final approach course. There we go. We're at 200, looking good, feeling good. Your mom's good. We're all good. Let's go outside real quick. Look at this. We're skimming over the the terrain here, just chilling. Got some rain. Not too bad. Falcon 50 will handle it just fine. By the way, we're no longer going to Siru. I would hope not. I hope we get some vectors to intercept the final approach course. Okay, reduce speed a little bit here. Let's get wipers on. Why not? Let's see what our missed approach. Climb to 800, then climb your right turn to 5,000 inbound on the CAM VOR radio 251 to the CAM VOR and hold, or as directed by ATC. Here we are on our approach. 3015 is correct. Woo. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Can't wait to see how this goes. .5 nautical miles to our localizer runway 1. So that puts us about, I don't know, about 12.5, maybe 12 nautical miles from the approach end of the runway. Albany approach, Mako 550. We like vectors to intercept the localizer for the ILS runway 1.
Mako 550, turn right heading 165, vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Right turn heading 165 for Mako 550. That does not make sense, but whatever.
Mako 550, turn right heading 170, vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Right turn heading 170, vectors for the approach for Mako 550. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's putting us like an extended downwind here. We're going the wrong way, bud.
Mako 550, turn left heading 085.
There we go. Left turn heading 085 for Mako 550. That's more better. Oh, that's annoying. 085. Let's see where that puts us at.
550, 9 miles from flag, turn left heading 035, ascend and maintain 1,900 feet until established on the localizer, cleared for the Alice runway 1 approach.
Alright, let's reset this.
Boston Center.
Alright, turning left heading 035, descending and maintaining 1,900 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS 1 approach for Mako 550. We should be capturing that glide slope anyways here. Let's go vertical speed.
Endeavor 5013, Boston Center, roger. Care 164, contact Toronto Center on 134.9 or 25.
134.9 or 25 for Care 164.
There's the altitude alert, 1,000 to go. We're going to watch for that needle to start moving. We should see the localizer flashing green on the PFD. There we go. Localizer is active now. Watch the needle on the EHSI start to move in. That is our course deviation indicator representing our localizer or lateral navigation, or displacement, I should say. We're going to reduce power here. Whew. I'm excited.
Make a 550, contact Albany Tower on 119.5.
Over to tower 119.5 for Mako 550. Albany Tower, Mako 550 on the ILS runway 1.
Mako 550, Albany Tower, runway 1, wind 360 at 9er, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 1 for Mako 550. Thank you for that, Captain Mustache. No pressure. Everyone is watching. Don't screw up. Aye, aye, Captain. I see Pappy lights. Let's go. Gear down. Let's see how she does. Let's go flaps 20. Watching that speed come down. I didn't even confer with my approach. There we go. We're looking for an approach speed of 118 knots. VREF 113. We're going to call it 120 on the approach. There we go. Getting on the power. We're looking for slats plus flaps 48 degrees on the landing config. Oh yeah, that feels good. Thanks, Flacco. Let's try to maintain that speed. Waiting to capture that glide slope. We're slightly underneath it now. No worries. You can see that green triangle indicating our glide slope, and as it comes down, we should be intercepting it. The aircraft or the autopilot will capture it. There we go. Getting on the power. Getting on the power. All right, let's go full config. Flaps 48. Ooh, baby. Listen to that machine gun fire. Suppressive fire. Okay, before landing checklist, gear down and lock 3 green. Ignition set to air start. Fuel boost pumps on. Landing lights on. Flaps set. Speed brake stowed. Whew, whew. No pressure, no pressure. Missed approach was 5,000 feet. We'll set that. Coming in hot. Reduce power, reduce power. And my airplane. Let's go ahead and turn off the yaw damper. I learned that the hard way.
All aircraft information X-ray is now current altimeter 3015.
Oh yeah, this feels so much better now. Look at this. Now I'm trimming her out and I can almost maintain level flight. Wow, wow, what a different feeling this is altogether. Look at that. Speed's coming up a lot more now, so I'm going to reduce power. We're still a little bit hot. Let me stow that windshield wiper. Good config. We're continuing. Nothing is telling me to abandon or go missed. There we go. 123. Not bad. We're going to arrest that descent a little bit.
400.
There we go. Yeah, this feels amazing. I can maintain that target speed a little bit right off center. There we go. We're going to bring her in. Just nice and easy. 113 is our VREF. Wow. Wow. Boards out. Number 2 in reverse. Wow. Oh, that makes me so happy, man. You guys have no idea. Manual braking here. Let's pull back on the control wheel. And the beauty of the Falcon 50, you can take reverse thrust down to pretty much a complete stop.
Welcome to Albany. Contact ground on 121.7.
Ground on 121.7 from Mako 550. Wow. Oh my god, dude. I'm in love. I'm in love. Holy smokes, man. Captain Mustache, sir. I need to shake your hand. I'm speechless. You freaking killed it, man. What a different airplane this is now. Dude, I'm seriously so happy. Wow. Okay, let's go and check out the replay. I don't think I've ever been that happy, man, with an airplane. Look at this, man. That thing felt so stable.
Runway 1, winds calm, clear to land.
Let's manipulate the throttles because the replay doesn't keep up with the throttle responses. It's okay.
PS 3101, hold short of runway 19er.
Seriously, Captain Mustache, amazing work. I can't thank you enough for that, man. I think the community can't thank you enough. Look at that. It's like cheating now. So I floated her there a little bit. Look at that. No wing dip. Boards out. Let's throw the reverse thrust on so you guys can hear it. Wow, man. That's all I can say, guys. I think this about answers it right here. The Falcon 50 is even better than it was a few days ago, even a week ago.
UPS 3101, hold short of runway 19er.
Holding short of runway 19er, UPS 3101.
Wow. That's to you, Captain Mustache, and to the team at Contrail. Holy smokes. All right, let's come back here. Stop. We're going to get out of the replay mode. Make sure we're good. I'm in shock, guys. I know this seems goofy to say, but trust me. If you guys have been watching my latest videos on the Falcon 50, they have not been the greatest, but that was a fantastic airplane to land. Anyways, let's go and clean the flaps up. TCAS to standby, landing lights off, wing inspection light off, ignition back to ground. Let's close the bus tie. Pitot heat is off. Strobe light off. Let's go ahead and get that APU started. Oh, look at that. I never turned it off, but remember, while sensors, right? Weight on wheels, so the APU was automatically turned off once I took off. Let's go ahead and press start. 1219er. Albany ground, Mako 550, clear of runway 1, requesting taxi to the general aviation ramp. Everything's good. Let's reset the stabilizer trim to takeoff. I'm going to assume that call was for me. Nobody's listening. Oh, is it ground 121.7? Whoops. My bad, guys. Albany ground, Mako 550, clear of runway 1, requesting taxi to the general aviation ramp.
Mako 550, taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo Alpha. Hold short of runway 10.
Bravo Alpha, hold short of 10 for Mako 550. There's Bravo and there's Alpha, there's 10, and I'm assuming, yep, general aviation's down there.
9742, request pushback.
Let's go ahead and start moving.
Here 9742, push approved, expect taxi shortly.
Yeah, truck and dad, if you haven't tried it out yet, dude, I think you did, right? You did tell me that it was different. Man, what a beautiful airplane this is. Now, this is perfection. Oh, man, I don't know. Somebody's going to watch this and be like, dude, this guy's nuts. He's reacting this way for a freaking virtual airplane. But, guys, you got to keep in mind, right? We pay for these products. These are pay-where add-ons. And the flight model has been challenging, to say the least, on the Falcon 50. But thanks to individuals like Canadian Captain Mustache here, they put the time in, the work. And along with Contrail, they've updated it. And it feels amazing. I struggled to land this aircraft properly, and now I feel like I typically feel with the Citation 10, for example. You trim her out, leave the throttles where they're at, and you can fly her down to the numbers, and it was amazing.
Mako 550, cross runway 10.
Crossing 10 for Mako 550. Let's keep the roll going. APU should be online. Let's get the bleed air.
Roger, pushback approved. Southwest 1322.
I'm gonna kill number 2, save some gas. Clear of 10, landing lights off, strobes off, taxi or wing inspection light off. Let's open the window here to feel like a gangster. Oh, listen to that. Turn off the bleed air for the cabin or the cockpit.
Allegiant 210, runway 1 taxi via Charlie Alpha.
Runway 1 taxi via Charlie Alpha, Allegiant 210.
All right, I'm going to turn off SayIntentions for now because I am just going to park her. We're going to lose AI traffic. Oh, well. Canadian Captain Mustache, funny you mentioned the Citation 10. My goal was to make this fly closer to how that feels. The X is wonderful. Man, you killed it. You killed it, seriously. There's one thing I've always mentioned about the Citation 10. It's a true pilot's airplane, right? You can fly it by hand, and you don't feel like you're fighting it. It just feels like a stable platform on takeoff, doing, you know, visual approaches, and on the landing config, and that's exactly how this felt right now. So big shout out to you, brother. Seriously, thank you for the hard work and the effort that you put into this, and for listening to the community. Okay, that is crucial, that is vital. A lot of developers will simply ignore the input from us, the consumers, right? And we might not see an update for months, if not a year. You guys answered it immediately. I mean, it's been what, a couple of weeks since the airplane released, and not even, and you've already done this. This is insane. Let's park somewhere here. It's a shame there's no real good sceneries for Albany. Let's park here, wherever this is. we go. Let's get the parking brake on. All right, everything is good here. We can kill fuel on engines 1 and 3. Any collision light can go to off. Let's get boost pumps off on 1 and 3. Keep the APU going. Bus tide is closed. APU is happy. These are on ground start. Nav light can stay on. Fasten seatbelt signs off. Let's get the placard up on the glare shield so the crew knows, or the ground crew know not to tow it. Let's get some chocks. At that point, we look at the ground crew. We let them know, brakes off. Take the brakes off. Set that standby pump to off. Let's go ahead and let our passengers vacate. Let's go outside. There she is. Let's go and open up the aft baggage. I also noticed you can actually hear this opening now. I think that's new. I don't remember if that was a feature already. So let's go ahead and jump inside, request our passenger van to pick up our passengers. There it is. And let me just come out here on the drone camera. There we go, away from the APU exhaust because it is loud and annoying, but it's also beautiful. Canadian Captain Mustache saying, oh, I am the community too. I'm just a customer that's got 30 years of experience modding and 20 years as a professional pilot, so I offer to help. Dude, fantastic job. Seriously, I don't know what to say. I'm beyond impressed. This truly makes the airplane feel like a brand new product all together, all over again, just like it felt a few days ago. So if you're watching this and you're on the fence about the Falcon 50, perhaps you've been listening to me, other YouTubers talk about how the flight model's been off. No longer. That is no longer the case, guys. The Falcon 50 is excelente. I had to say it in Spanish. It is beautiful now. That flight model feels insanely good. If you've watched my previous landings, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So, wow. That is insane, man. I'm at a loss of words. That's how amazing this feels. I'm going to complete the flight. There we go. Dude, oh, okay, hold up. I gotta show you guys this. Hold up. Let me find. Look at that landing rate, guys. Negative 50 feet per minute. And by the way, yeah, look at that block time, 1 hour and 56 minutes. They might have updated it, guys. So now it tracks your real time in the sim. So if you speed it up, you're only gonna get that block. But regardless, we walked away with 22 grand. But look at that rate. That's my best landing to date, I think, on Jetcard. I can look at my trips. No, where is it? Logbook. Yeah, you can see all your feet per minute, but that is insane, man. Oh, man, I'm so happy right now. Let me check the company board here. No applicants. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out Jetcard. There we go. Wow. Yeah, Truck and Dad, you're correct, man. I might need to buy another Falcon 50 or 3 for the fleet here. So anyways, guys, again, in conclusion, as the title of the video suggests, is it any better now? Well, it definitely is. If you're skeptical, watch the takeoff. Again, it caught me by surprise. I rotated the nose, anticipating that typical nose-heavy behavior of the Falcon 50. And when I saw it picking up quick, I reduced back pressure on the elevator, and that nose came down, and that's why we kind of kissed the runway again. That was on me. That is not something to do with the aircraft. But again, because the update caught me by surprise. But on the landing, holy smokes, it feels like the airplane just released today, and everything on the aircraft has been working flawlessly with a few bugs here and there. But today it worked perfectly. A lot of the things that I noticed today were user error from my behalf, but to people like Canadian Captain Mustache, thank you so much. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart and from the rest of the community as consumers and diehard enthusiasts, thank you for taking your time and providing the input that you did to make this airplane that much better. Guys, I gotta get off the air. I gotta go make some lunch. Gotta go do some things around the house. This was a fantastic flight. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I hope to see you guys again very soon for subsequent Falcon 50 trips. Anyways, guys, again, big shout out to Canadian Captain Mustache. Thank you, and to the team at Contrail. Absolutely phenomenal job. You guys are killing it. Can't wait to see what product you guys work on together in the coming years, hopefully months. So this is Captain Gonzo with That Flight Sim channel. If you're looking for a good virtual airline to fly with, go ahead and look us up on Jetcard, That Flight Sim Airways, 3-letter identifier Tango Foxtrot Sierra TFS, call sign Mako. That is our airline. We've got 4 pilots. Truck and Dad is the chief pilot on deck. We'll be more than happy to take you on, offering 20% pay. And if you want to fly the Falcon 50, we have her right here, part of our fleet. Just come and join us and have some fun times with us in the virtual skies. Guys, take care. Smooth landings. Happy flying. We'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.